During the Biden-Harris administration, many American Jews were concerned that the American-Israel alliance is teetering. And over the years, there has been this concern, with different presidents being more anti-Israel, other presidents being less. Listen to this student ask Ben Shapiro whether he thinks Israel is in trouble and whether they should start being more and more independent.
Do you think Israel is in a race against time, in a race to secure its geostrategic position before the U.S. becomes beholden to the left and its anti-Israel bias?
Yes. The question as to whether Israel has got a short time frame in order to ensure its own security for the future as the left gains in power. The answer is obviously yes. I mean, you've seen the slow walking of the aid from the Biden administration, despite congressional approval of that same aid. I think you would see something very similar from the Harris administration, God forbid. I do think that you are seeing a growing sentiment, not only on the left, it's like full-on anti-Israel, but there's a growing isolationist sentiment on the right that basically is doing a Fortress America routine, which I think is counterproductive, but it is growing. I think, by the way, the Israelis know that, and that's why I think they're reshoring a lot of their defense production. I think they'll be doing more of that in the near future. That, by the way, is actually a problem for the United States. If you believe the United States ought to have strong connections with its allies and, by the way, leverage over our allies, then you actually want there to be strong military aid connections with a wide variety of allies of the United States, because it turns out that, let's say, Israel does not get its arms from America, and let's say America wants to hold the leash on Israel. What leash? Right. So that is something that the defense establishment has always believed. The defense establishment has always been very much in favor of or at least in the modern era, post-67, of certain amounts of aid to Israel, because enormous amounts of aid are not only spent, all that aid gets spent in the United States, and additional military spending in Israel has to be spent in the United States, but also because that gives the United States leverage over Israel's foreign policy decisions as well. So the answer is yes. Israel is going to have to go its own way more. It's going to have to get more independent, and believe you me, they know it.
100%. And regardless of the fact that whether we need it or we don't need it, now that Donald J. Trump is in power, the Jewish state has to be only beholden to the Jewish citizens and only looking for Jewish interests. And to be so beholden to America to the point where all of your arms are coming from them, all of your aid is coming from them, it becomes a big problem. And when they're supplying a massive percentage of your military and making sure that everything is good, the second that they pull that out, we're in trouble. And I think Ben Shapiro hit the nail on the head. Israel understands this, but Israel needs to understand this more and slowly become more and more independent, and just completely almost abandon this whole idea that America needs to help us and just become totally the Jewish state. For more, you can subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. That's buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Thank you, and have a good one.